Dear YouTubers, myself Dr. Ashok Kumar Rana from Yamuna. I'm MD Medicine and having a lot of experience of patients who are taking so-called anti-acidity pills. Now, it's a common question that the patients ask that the anti-acid pill, that is PPI or ranitidine, sir, please write it down on the prescription. Now, previously, it has been a sort of concern that the ranitidine, that is H2 inhibitor, the brand name is Zintec, Rentec, or other so many brands are available in the market. They are causing cancerous changes in the body. But in reality, the cancerous changes are not due to the drug, but it is due to maybe due to the poor storage of the drug, maybe due to the poor exposure to the drug by the light or etc. So these things may lead to changes in the structure of the drug that may cause carcinogenic effects. But in reality, the drug itself is not carcinogenic. But when we start taking this drug regularly for so many days or weeks or even months or years, public is there that they are taking drugs for years. Now this drug causes permanent blockage of the acid secreting system of the stomach. Now this PPI or H2 blockers, the mode of action is blockade of the stomach secretions. Now when these drugs are taken regularly, these cause blockade of stomach secretion, leading to poor ingestion of proteins, poor ingestion of other things, and proliferation of bacteria which may be present in the food material which may take. For example, street vendors, we take food from street vendors, they may have organisms like Vidal, like Salmonella typhim, which may cause Vidal test positive typhoid fever, similarly enterocolitis, etc. Because these organisms, they are killed by the acid present in the stomach. But when we stop this formation of acid by the use of drugs, these bacteria, they proliferate and may cause the problems in the patient, leading to recurrent loose motions, diarrhea, fever, and loss of weight, loss of appetite, etc. So to avoid such problems because of the drug, we must not take the drug without the prescription of the registered medical practitioner, physician, gastroenterologist, etc. We should not purchase it over the counter drug. Number 2, these drugs in the long term have effect on the gastrin producing cells in the stomach. Gastrin is a hormone. Now when these stomach producing acid cells is blocked, the gastrin producing cells, they proliferate and produce lot of gastrin. Now when we stop taking PPIs, these gastrin which is formed by the proliferated gastrin producing cells lead to rebound acidity in the stomach, and this leads the patient to again start with the PPIs or H2 blockers. So to avoid such onset of complications because of the use of the drugs, ranitidine or PPIs, ranitidine, Zintec, famotidine, and PPIs, they are esomeprazole, pantoprazole, etc. So to avoid these things, we are to take this medicine with the prescription of the doctor. We should not purchase it over the counter. Then other things which help in controlling the acidity. Now usually patient takes these drugs to control the acidity. Now what are the various lifestyle tips for acidity relief? Number one is eat a balanced diet at regular mealtime. We must take regular meals, that means morning breakfast, then lunch 1 to 2 p.m. and about 8 p.m. dinner, in between small meals, so that our stomach remains properly functional. Number two, avoid ultra processed foods that are high in salt and preservatives. For example, we take pizzas, we take momos, we take pastas and other preserved foods like chips, etc., kurkure. All these things have a lot of trans fats. You please read the label of these products and then you will see that they have lot of trans fats. So this should be avoided, otherwise it will in the long run lead to obesity, and obesity induced various conditions like diabetes, hypertension and other metabolic syndrome issues. So avoid ultra processed foods. Number three, avoid fizzy drinks. Fizzy drinks means Coke and such cold drinks like Limca, etc., etc. They should be avoided, and alcohol and smoking should also be minimized. Smoking should be altogether abundant and alcohol should be moderated or it should be minimized, because it will also lead to increase in the formation of stomach acid and ultimately leads to hyperacidity. And then the next point or tip for the less acidity is exercise regularly and get 7 hours of sleep, because sleep is very important for the proper functioning of the body. And when we take full sleep, all the systems of our body, starting from brain and thyroid, lungs, heart and stomach, etc., they are in proper functional state after we wake up in the morning. So 7 hours of sleep is mandatory for each and everyone. And the last is yoga exercises like Vajrasana has been recommended to avoid reflux esophagitis. Now what is Vajrasana? I will show you Vajrasana. I have got the picture. Now Vajrasana is helpful in reducing the acidity. So these are yoga poses like Vajrasana to curb reflux. Reflux means acidity or acid comes from the stomach to the esophagus. So I will let you know in my next video what is the type of Vajrasana. So with this video I will like to advise the YouTubers to avoid PPIs. PPIs means protein pump inhibitors, which block the acid, to start on their own because of acidity. They should consult a doctor and then take the drug. Number 2, ranitidine, famotidine, Zintac, etc. should also be not taken without the prescription of the doctor. And number 3, we should take certain lifestyle tips for acidity relief. So with this, I will like to close the video, and I will request you to follow these measures so that you are not to take the this PPIs or anti-acid drugs, H2 blockers, and remain naturally with your acid part, because acid is required for the digestion of proteins and other vitamins and other things in the body. So that's all. Thank you for watching.